Today is all about chicken. And this morning I wandered off to Aldi, and from my $37.08 that I have left from my $100 from the rest of the month, I spent a whole $8.16 and bought myself a chook or a chicken, and I roasted it in the air fryer. For recipes, check something on YouTube, but basically you just plonk it in and it took about 45 minutes and voila, there it is. So what I thought I would do today is actually, I put it in the fridge because I had a lunch date with somebody today, but I'm going to now take off all the meat and put it into some little bags for later. And then if you watch through to the end of the video, I will show you what else to do with the bits of chicken. So bear with, I will do that and show you the end result. I do need to say, welcome. My name is Mundy. This is my kitchen. It's Mundy's Kitchen. And this is a place where you can save money and eat well. I just wanted to tell you that. So there we go. Now we'll carry on with the rest of today's recipe. 5 minutes later and job is done. So I have 4 packets of, they're relatively small, but they're good enough for a single person like myself to have a meal, like something like a stir fry or, you know, that kind of thing. So 4 little bags, and I'm going to put those in the freezer. I've got a larger bag of, you know, chicken thigh and chicken breast and all that sort of stuff, and I'm going to put this in the fridge because it means that for the next couple of days I can, you know, make like a chicken salad kind of thing happening with some, you know, mayonnaise or yogurt and mustard, and do something interesting with that. And of course I have the chicken carcass and the bones and the chicken wings and all those little bits that are really far too good to throw away. But the next thing we're going to do is I'm going to make some chicken stock for soup. So I will take you to my stove. And here we are at the stove. So on a low heat, I have my not name brand heavy pot, and I'm not going to put any oil in it because we do have the chicken skin, which is, you know, ridiculously fatty. So I'm putting that in first, and next, while it's slowly starting to, you know, heat up, I'm going to add in some whole spices. So I'm going to add in 2 teaspoons of coriander seeds, 1 teaspoon of mustard seeds, 2 teaspoons of cumin seeds, but look, I like things spicy. You can do you, but I would recommend. And then of course some peppercorns. I've got some black and white ones here, just a teaspoon or so. And of course we need to add some salt, but we'll do that in a little bit. We'll just kind of get this started, all right? And I shall show you what it looks like when it's doing its thing. You can just hear it. It's starting to cook, and the smell of the spices is just sensational. So now what I'm going to do is add in all the leftover bones and bits of meat and skin and things, and finger it off just a little bit. I am going to add in the salt now, but again, not too much, because I personally don't really like a whole heap of salt, but just enough to make it taste good. So I reckon 1.5 teaspoons will be fine. I'm also going to add in some freshly boiled water from the kettle. And I'm going to do enough to basically cover all the bones. And I'm going to leave it for about half an hour, I think. Just, you know, stirring occasionally, just keeping an eye on it. But yes, we're making a stock. Back shortly. And so 20 minutes later, it's all the chicken bits have basically come off the bone because it was, you know, roasted before. So what I'm going to do now is very carefully, probably will splash a little bit, but I'm going to tip the liquid out and drain it. There we go. Nice. And all that lovely liquid, let me see if I can show you, is now a beautiful stock. So I'm going to let that cool down just a little bit, probably end up skimming some of the fat off, and then I'm very carefully going to pour it into some ice cube trays and stick it in the freezer, which means it's very easy to grab when I need something. You know, if I'm going to make whatever it is and I need a little bit of stock, it's right there in a very convenient little way of storing it. Now all this lovely chicken bits, because it's me, I'm going to be bothered, and I'm going to peel off all the extra bits, and that's more little flavoury things that I'm going to put in a plastic bag to add to the bag that I already have in the fridge for sandwiches and things like that for the rest of the week. I did spend a few minutes taking all the bits of chicken from the doubly cooked bones, and look, that's basically another meal. So what I would do with this lot is probably mix it with some mayonnaise and put some slices of tomato on it when I put it on some toast or something like that, you know. But whatever it is, it's too good to waste. The other thing is, I need to adjust the camera. Hold on. There, that's better. Right, as you can see, it's starting to cool and starting to form a bit of an oily skin on the top of it. So I'm just going to skim this off, and now very carefully pour it in to the cubes, ice cubes, as mentioned previously. Oh, and just a little bit over, don't worry, I'll put it into another tray. Out of one small chook or chicken, we got a number of things. We got 8 cubes of stock. We got 4 small bags of cooked chicken now in the freezer for later. A pretty decent sized plastic bag of chicken for salady things, and of course the bowl of extra cooked morsels. And now I'm going to show you how to make a really awesome chicken salad. So the stuff that I've taken out of the larger bag from the fridge, oh look, I need to change the camera angle, bear with. Here we go, that's better. All right, chicken and some chickpeas, the ones I make myself on a regular basis. I have some celery stalks, 2 of them, 1 chopped tomato, 1 red bell pepper or red capsicum as we call them here in Australia. To that I'm going to add a couple of spoonfuls of my seriously delicious chili oil, which you really should check out on a previous video. I think it's a short actually. And a nice squeeze of mayonnaise. Now we just mix that all together and look, a very simple and truly delicious lunch or dinner. There you go. Enjoy. Thank you very much for watching. I hope it was useful and you enjoyed all that. Catch you later. Bye.